Jahmyr Gibbs. He was outstanding last week, racking up a ton of yards and touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Eagles on Sunday night.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. He finds his man complete. It's Murray. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. You talk about this Lions defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. DeJuan Smoot there to bring him down. Now a 2nd and 10. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2000...
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing is Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Hooker. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Lions in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. 23 yards the pickup there.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 8. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get sixes. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, and trying to erase this deficit. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10 as they've got it as we resume action. Hooker now off play action. Another completion right back to Patterson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. With 30 more yards and another 1st down.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams, 31 yards. And the Lions have cut the lead back down to 2. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good. It brings it within a point now. It's 14-13. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And here's Matt Araiza now. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Hooker on 1st down. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 3. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Hooker. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jameson Williams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 3rd and 3. On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jameson Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They go play action with Hurts. Open man has got it, the tight end.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space, kind of body people away and catch the football. And that's this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Brown goes in motion left. And they'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First down throw here. It's Hooker. That's complete to LaPorta. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Hooker's going to throw it. Rolling to his left. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Looking to throw, Hooker. And that's Elliott, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Now Hooker. This to LaPorta, right side. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Here's Hooker to throw it. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Hooker to the air yet again. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown Lions. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone. Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now stands at 13. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back. He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Shifts by him. And Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production. They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off play action. Here's Hooker. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. Where was the home team who were able to hold serve and get a victory in their stadium? Sam Howell, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Dalvin Cook, a touchdown run in the victory. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New England Patriots. We got an excellent first half from the man from Tennessee. That's Hendon Hooker. He was slicing and dicing this defense and wound up with 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dwayne Smoot just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. 3rd down and 10. Throwing. Hooker. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Got to give their offensive coordinator credit there. He got right into the head of the defensive coordinator because right on the heels of the sack on 2nd down, he figured they were going to come at him hard again. And so he went ahead and hit him with a brilliant call. Screen pass works well enough. They're able to pick up a 1st down. That's one way to keep that defense at bay.
Gibbs on the toss left. And a pretty good burst there as he get this across midfield and down to the 46. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense is saying, okay, now that's more like it.
Yeah, we hear from coaches all the time how they preach a next play mentality. Doesn't matter whether the previous one was good or bad. You move on to the next one. But we just saw evidence.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 48 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. On 1st down, Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Murray. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Pushing through the contact. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Lions force the turnover They'll take over at their own 27. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
So here are the Lions to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Hooker now off play action. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This pass down the field for Gibbs. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 79 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. On the option left, it's Hurts. And the ball is knocked out. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has the finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hooker. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Murray. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Counter play, here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket, because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back, but every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at about the 28. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the option to give to Swift here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more. 2nd
down, here's Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Murray. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this this is going to be incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They go play action. Here's Hooker.
Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
The offense on third down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. They've got his man complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And his throw is incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture, as now they've got a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Hurts throws complete to Goddard. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Steps away.
Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 33.
Hooker's going to throw it.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And out and out come the Eagles.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' 1st down as he's up to the 24.
Back to throw here. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 29-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. This short throw caught by Goddard.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Philadelphia.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Murray. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Back to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and 3.
They'll look to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murray. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Pickup on the play. 1st down, Eagles.
Hurts. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try it now with Swift. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Second down and goal. Hurts. This will be caught just inside the 10. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th, couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out of the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 3rd and 4. Here's Hooker. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Detroit, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half.